Leave it?
No.
No. Nope. Give me the water bottle. He's gone. And the new dog. Very good. All right, so we got about $1,100 worth of lumber together on the land now, everything out of our trucks. We gotta go get the dog. But today, our plan is, the end goal is to build a 10 by 12 off-grid cabin. And we plan to do that over the next 4 or 5 days. So we have another helper coming tomorrow. We'll see how much he helps. Today we're going to dig some post holes, get some posts in the ground, work on maybe the frame, but we got to clear out some of the land first. But at least we got everything unloaded from the truck, so we're in pretty good shape so far.
Put it in the middle.
This is a big ass stump.
Well, do you want to move the mark?
You're gonna have to measure again.
Just get on the outside. Hey.
I know I'm trying to get through it.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Just don't hurt your back. Take a few swings.
Don't hurt your feet either. Be careful with your stuff.
I think we did. Yeah. Don't hurt your back, please. Want to take a turn? We got through that one.
It's horrible. If we move the mark, we don't even have to use a post over here. They have a hole already. Don't pee on the wood.
These right here is what we're going to use instead of concrete. It has an activator. You mix it together, dump it in the post hole, and the post stays still. We don't have a lot of water here, so this is the easy way to do it. We hope. All right, so you can see we have at least 2 posts that are in a hole. They're not secured yet. We bought this material we're going to try to use. deck post anchor. No water, no mess. So we're gonna see how it works for the first time. We'll go from there. Hey, put it down. Leave it?
No.
No, nope. Give me the water bottle, he's gone. Give me the, let me have it. Let me have it, let go. Thank you.
You guys ready for me?
That's how you activate it?
Gotta mix over 30 seconds.
Don't rip it open on the wood.
That's it too.
So now it's all mixed together? Get away, dog.
Yeah. So you have to open it right here
And then dump it in?
and dumping it in.
Come on over.
Let's go.
This is a 6x6.
Mm-hmm. Hey, don't lick the chemicals.
Right there.
He's licking the chemicals, Carlos.
No.
Get out of here.
Go. Go.
You're still level?
Is it level?
Line. Yes.
All right, I'm level. So we'll just keep an eye on it.
Should we backfill it?
Michael, if you ask me that one more time, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's going in the video.
That's going in the video. You're gonna beep it?
No, I'm not gonna beep it. Everybody's getting full effect.
Our channel's going R. Yo, by the way, guys, today we hit 100 subscribers.
We did?
Yep, I saw it. We had
Oh,
two more last
where's
night.
Our,
we don't have a cardboard.
where's our button that we get?
We can, you know what? We can do a
Don't touch it.
100 on
Don't
the
touch
wood.
it.
We can spray it.
So we call them
We'll carve into it.
We have 100 idiots now that follow us.
The 100 idiots.
We hit.
Oh, you may have 90 tonight.
You do that. Jeff.
Does that do anything over there?
Yeah, it's foaming. Oh yeah, look at it. Look at it. Look how much is in there.
All right, guys.
You
Listen.
can see the foam
Sit. Sit. Sit.
is working its way up. This is great. This is a great product.
Just pump it up.
Did it move it?
Not much.
Look. Oh man, it's solid now. Let me show our fans. All 100 of them. So, we weren't sure about this foam. But look at it. It's already all the way out that hole we made. And this thing is solid in place already. Ow, splinter.
All right.
Perfect. Explain why we need 11.9.
Watch, we did it wrong.
Explain it.
So
You are super hungry, bro.
we have a string running across here. It's still not perfectly. It's pretty close. Once we get our board on there, to try and keep this even and flat, we put a 12-foot structure, so it's 11 feet 9 inches across, so that we can account for
an inch and a half.
the width of the 2x6 that's going to wrap this around. And now we're about to pour some more of the fence post mixture down in a hole like Alice in Chains.
Look at that. It's a pile of rocks. All right, so we have a square-ish structure. We gotta cut some poles down. Let Jeff fill you in what's going on here.
All right, so right now we just have these boards kind of resting up on top to kind of square everything off. It's still not perfectly square, and that's a problem, but not a problem we can really fix because we got everything kind of in place. And no matter which way we move it, we're not getting perfectly square. So we're gonna have to kind of see how it goes when we get our sheet goods on there and pray that we're just measuring. It's not terribly off, but I know it's an important part of the process. We're gonna do the best we can with it, but we'll see. So we got the posts in the corners. We're gonna add some reinforcement posts along them as we go. We're gonna add a ledger board across the bottom here on the inside of the post, and then run our joists going back and forth this way. Once we do that, we have some insulation we're going to put in, some plywood to kind of seal the bottom of it, and then our plywood that goes on the top for our subfloor. And then we're going to end up, these posts, we're going to end up just cutting them off flush after everything's leveled off. So right now we're going to break for lunch. We'll be back.
You can see we have our ledger board that's going to hold up our floor joists across the span, which is 10 feet wide. This is 12 feet across. So when you're doing serious stuff in the woods, you got to bring the serious equipment.
It's 10 and a half.
What is the lumber you buy?
Maybe they're all a ½ inch bigger than we thought they would be. I wonder what size the 2x4s are.
False advertisement. Hey
I
guys,
wish we'd have known this at the beginning.
make sure you measure the wood before you leave and before you
I
plant.
mean, this is probably common knowledge to
because
some people.
everything seems to be a ½ inch bigger than we thought.
It's probably common knowledge to some
I'm just
people,
letting everybody know,
not to us.
because I'm sure the people that follow us are not the common knowledge people. They're probably looking for advice. Let me tell my fans what we're doing. So you can see we have small plywood in between the floor joists. We put a little piece of 1x1 or 2x2, I guess, to hold up the small plywood. And we're using this option to be able to hold our insulation in the floor. So as soon as we're done with putting these little pieces in, we'll put our insulation in, and then we'll put our, and then we'll put our floor on top. We should be good. And that's it. You can see we're working on installation. We got our sub floor insulation on top, and then we put the flooring on top of that. So as soon as this flooring's done, tomorrow we should be able to knock out walls. But that's about where we're at right now. This is gonna be a fancy cabin. There you go. It's been recording 3 minutes.
Okay, back on this episode of how not to build a cabin. So what we did so far was we put a frame down. We had a 6x6 ground contact treated posts. We based it on the wood that we had. The wood that we had ended up being longer than what we thought it was. The 12-foot 2x12s I assumed would be 12 feet, and it was actually 12 and a half feet. 12 feet and a half inch. It's starting to rain, so that's great. So the base wasn't the right size, so we won't be able to run siding down past the front here, which was the original plan. Also, it's not really square, which is not ideal, but it's also in the ground now and affixed, so there's no change in that. The plan right now will be to take our 2x4s that we're going to use for our wall structures and lay them out perfectly square, hopefully, on top of the platform that we have, and then try to figure out a way, once we have it marked where they're perfectly square, try to figure a way for us to kind of maybe put some flashing material or something that falls over the edge to help protect weatherproof from moisture, and then just frame up the walls from there. But it is, as many building projects, dude, has not gone according to plan, but we have what we have and we will push forward and see where we end up.
So what's the 3, 4, 5 rule and why we needed to figure out the squares?
If we do a mark 3 feet this way and 4 feet that way, it should be 5 feet between those two marks.
Okay.
That's a perfectly square corner. So if we do that 4 times and they're all right,
then we just line the wood up with the line.
then we just right where we're at.
So, okay. So how are you going to do that?
So I think I'm just going to mark from the inside corner here,
Mm-hmm.
3 feet or 4 feet, 3 feet, either way. And then we'll measure those 2 marks.
Okay. And we'll see if it's a square.
Yeah.
All right, so we're starting to frame the front wall first. We've got everything figured out with square for the most part. Our cabin dimensions changed slightly. So it's still 10 feet about front to back and like 11 so inches width. So 11 feet and so many inches width. All right, some progress.
Okay.
We got our wall all framed together pretty much with a window and a door. We've been putting it together.
Just like that.
The camera got too cold and the shut off. So we also started a little fire and we're warming up the battery of the camera so it doesn't shut off again. But we're doing pretty good. Couple mishaps, nothing crazy.
All right, so we're gonna lift this up, slide it over on the other side of those screws, right? We're gonna take a string, the chalk line, from that screw to this screw, and we're gonna snap it so we know it's a straight fucking line. We're gonna put the wall up with the inside of the board against that straight fucking line so that the fucking wall is fucking straight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Because we know that this big 2x4 was like wobbly inside, like it bowed. So we don't want to nail down a bowed wall.
Well, And what you want to go ahead?
Gotta lift it.
So, making progress. We got the back wall up, the front wall up, the door, the window hole. It is a little off. It's very close. So now we're going to work on a side wall and a window and see how far we get. And from there, tomorrow we should be able to finish the wall, finish the roof, and Bob's your uncle. So I'll check back in shortly. All right, so you can see we got all 4 walls up. We had a little bit of delay. There was some weather. There was some having to get some extra pieces of wood. But now we're working on the roof rafters, and we got our template. We basically used a square up at the top and notched out a little triangle. That's where it's going to rest. So it'll have a foot overhang. And now we're going to draw using this one as a template on all the others. So we'll have all of them done in the front, and then we just have to line them up in the back and mark where we need to cut, and we're good. All right, so you can see our progress. We got the whole wall framed in, all 4 sides. We got the roof rafters in. We're putting up a thin piece to be able to mount the roof panels up. That's where we're at.